But it's been a while since I did a video. The reason for this one, I've got pretty much everything together the way I want it. The reason for this one is DX Commander Antennas recently asked about the Faraday Cage, and I don't recall having done anything really on the Faraday Cage. So I think I might have had blips of it here and there, but I really haven't done anything. If you remember in the early videos, before we had this inverter up, we had that long inverter right here, and it had a little cage around it. It kind of worked, and it kind of didn't work. And I just knocked my camera out of whack there. You see, we've added a exhaust fan. It's a timed exhaust fan to help keep the fume down in here. It works. But I don't really have, let me get a flashlight. Having a battery problem here, I'll explain that in a minute. I don't really have anything. If you look in there, you can kind of see, you might be able to see the wire. It's a fine wire mesh is what it is. I can't think what it is. It's chicken wire, basically. But it's all around it here. I have not done the door. I need to do the door. And I have not done that section right there. I need to take all that stuff out and do that section. The rest of it's done. The roof is all metal. Oh my gosh, there's a giant spider. Gonna have to get Sue in here to get rid of that. I don't want to remember. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stop the video for a minute and we will get rid of that nuisance. Well, she didn't get him. He's still up there, but at least I can't see him. That's scary. Anyhow, before I put this in the Faraday cage, I could hear the house almost all the way to the road. The road is about 1.5 of a mile from the house. And I could start hearing the house right when I turned onto that road and started this way. On the HF bands on ham radio, I could hear the house. After the cage, I have to be right outside the house in order to hear the equipment. As soon as I pull up to the house, you know, we got the solar panels right there and the truck is right there. I can start hearing the equipment. But yeah, I'm watching for the spider. It got away. Anyhow, I don't have a whole lot on the Faraday cage I can think of. You need to do a pretty full system if you're going to put in a cage. Here's some of it right there. You can see it. The floor is not caged, but you don't really need to do the floor. And the way I read about Faraday cages, they don't even have to be grounded. You just have to make sure all the wires are interconnected if you're using vents like I did. And it works. You'll be happy with it if you do it. The HF inside the house was nearly unusable because of the equipment. Now, well, this has been several months since I did this, but I can hear stations who absolutely cannot hear me. I'm only running 100 watts. You know, they're running 50 million watts out there, and it all works out. I can put my APRS, that's all the APRS stuff up there. I need to set the clock on the weather station. It's way off. But that's all the APRS system up there. And it works just fine. KJ7AZ on the APRS. And that radio actually was not working very well before I put the cage in either. I was getting a lot of interference on that also. But it, let's see, I would say less than 50 yards out that direction from the house behind the garage is where that antenna is. Now, the DX Commander antennas, if you go to his website, they're made in Great Britain. I don't know exactly where. But Sue bought one. She got her call sign 2 days ago. She just became a ham. It's KF. What is it? KF0. I don't remember. KF0KIC, and she's changing it to something else. She found her dad's call sign online, so she's changing it to her dad's call sign. It's a WA call, but I'm really happy with the. I'm all nervous because there's a spider up there and it's looking at me. I know it is. But anyhow, these two batteries both went bad. This is the 12-volt system, and I'm trying to desolinate them, but the desolinator isn't working. It didn't want it to go to just to desolinate, so it's on charge. But this cell is bad. These two cells were showing bad, but they're coming back. I tested them with the whatever that thing is, hydrometer, several times, and those two cells are coming back. So I may end up going and getting 2 new batteries. I'm looking into the salt batteries, the saltwater batteries. I don't want to go with lithium because if you read the lithium car stuff, you know, it's $20,000-$30,000 for a replacement battery for a car. You're really getting shafted pretty good on lithium car batteries. So I don't want to go that route. The saltwater batteries sound very, very promising. You know, I didn't even finish the part about the DX Commander antennas. Gotta get back to that. I'm nervous about the monster spider. The DX Commander antenna, Sue bought a used at a Hamfest 757 Yaesu, and we put that up at her house, and she found a used DX Commander antenna. The DX Commander antennas are horizontal or vertical dipole. I'll tell you what, they work good. I've got a little mini spectrum analyzer that I hook up, and on all of the bands that it advertises that it works on, I'm getting a 1.5 to 1 or less SWR. That's 80 meter to 6 meter. And it's really amazing how well it works. I've been able to talk to the Breakfast Club here in New Mexico from Sue's house in Estes Park, Colorado, with just 100 watts, just no problem at all. I was on 80 meters at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a great antenna, 40 meters, 20 meters, 12 meters, 10 meters, all of them. It really works well. But I just wanted to do a real quick video on the Faraday cage. I'm sorry I don't have more up to show you where I can get to it, but here's a little bit more of the wire you can see sticking out right here. But the whole thing is in wire. Yeah, the saltwater batteries sound very, very promising. They're not a new technology. They've been around for years. The Blue Sky Energy, I believe, is the one that I'm looking at to get some saltwater batteries. These batteries, thanks to who, have gone up in price by 50%. So they're $300 now. And these are the Trojan L16Es. So they're $600 for the batteries right there. You have to take them in and get your cores. Cores another $50, I think. What I'm going to do, if I get 2 more, I'll go through all of these and see if there's any others that are low, and I believe there is because my voltage is kind of low. Of course, I'm running 40 amps on the battery charger right now, but I'll go through these and find out which ones are low and put these on a 12 volt system, the low ones, and put the new ones into the 48 volt system. I have 2 48 volt battery banks there. I've got the solar panels for the 12 volt system are disconnected right now so that I can charge it off the battery charger. I can see it. I see it. It's up there. It's staring at me. But sorry I can't do a really good video because I'm nervous as hell because there's a monster spider behind me. And it's looking at me as it's saying, I'm going to get you. Oh. But anyhow, that's where we're at. Look at that DX Commander antenna. It's really something else. It's amazing. It's a very small space antenna. You need some radials. You have to have room for some ground radials. And that's about it. You can use 3 meter ground radials up to, I believe, 10 meter ground radials, depending on what you're doing. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I just do something real quick on that Faraday cage. You can hear the noise, the sound that I have in here going all the time. The fan on this thing doesn't even get warm. It doesn't get warm at all. We're using 8 amps right now, according to that. Right here, 8 amps. The voltage is down to 50 volts. That thing's using a lot right now. There, just shut off and dropped to 3.49 amps. The 12 volt system is using 3.2 amps. I don't know what's on the 12 volt system that's using that much. Probably just all the lights. I imagine Sue's probably got lights on in there. The wind, one of the guys out here gave me this, just a new wind controller, and this one works. That cheap wind controller that comes with the windmills, throw it away and buy one of these. Oh, what else? I don't have much else to tell you. I'm looking into the salt batteries, told you about the Faraday cage, told you about the less noise that we're getting. But that's about it. I'm gonna go because I'm scared to death. There's a monster up there. Y'all have fun now. Sheldon's being a pain in the butt.